So hello friend, in this video I'm going to talk about how to sell ancestral property, the property which is left behind by your parents, your guardians, okay, and you are a non-resident and you want to sell the property. So how you should proceed. So let's begin. So hello friends, my name is Arun Tiwari, and in this video I'm going to talk about selling of ancestral property which you might have inherited, or you may inherit it, or which you can inherit it in future, right? So you should be prepared, because most of cases, if I say it's a general scenario, the first generation which has here, like your parents in India, they have definitely built their properties. Now you settle abroad and you don't have any, I think, intention to come back. So maybe today, tomorrow, maybe after years, you have to get around with all the property created by your parents. So how you should be prepared, how you should proceed. Now I will give you two scenarios or two situations. First situation is, of course, the most preferable, and you should try to do it. The first situation, when your parents are around. When your parents are around and you feel that they are aging, you should start this conversation with them, that how they want to deal with their property or their estate. Okay, because what happens once they are not around, and lots of things are if everything is sorted, then fine, but suppose the properties, there are so many beneficiaries or maybe claimant, then it become a legal mess. So better once they are around and you feel that now they are in a age where you should start speaking about the kind of inheritance and all, you should definitely discuss with them. So whenever you coming back to India, of course these kind of things cannot be discussed over the phone. It has to be discussed with all the people who they're around, and when all family members are there, maybe during the festival or any celebration or maybe any marriage ceremony, that time you can definitely pitch this point and you can reach out to some things. The best part is, if you discuss all these things, you can create a will, and this will help you a big way to settle the things when your parents are not around. Apart from that, even when they are there, when they are around, and at the same time, most of time parents are like willing to share some part of that then and there, it's better idea to do it that time. Okay, so if suppose they want to gift some property, create a gift deed then and there, okay, so that things can be settled when they are around and you don't have to get into the legal mess which generally created. So the first and the preferable part is, when your parents are around, start speaking about inheritance, start speaking about how things will be settled. And suppose at that time you want to sell a property which is inherited, so this can be done two way. Either your parent can sell the property and gift you the money, okay, but now because there is a 20% TDS applicable, the best part is they can gift you the property, and then you can sell the property, and if you want, you can take money abroad. Whatever the proceeds will be there after paying taxes and everything, you can take abroad. That way you can avoid the additional 20% TDS. Then second way is, like, they can create a will or they can create a family trust. In that they can appoint you beneficiary. Okay, so that way the property will be there and you can be beneficiary, the other person, maybe the next generation, can be beneficiary. So this way your parents, by setting up family trust, can ensure the benefit of their trust, their estate doesn't only go to next generation, but it goes to all other generations. So of course you have to discuss, you have to set up the trust in that way, so that it continues to benefit the you can say current generation and other generation also. Maybe there are some parents who want to do something for the charity, so they can set up a charity trust also, where they can donate their property or something. So all these things can be settled well before when they are around. Now suppose if this situation doesn't come and already you are on situation number 2, when your parents are not there, and then again there can be two situations, when the parents are not around but they have made a will, so everything will be settled according to will. And in that case you can you can create a settlement agreement with all the beneficiary, because what happens, suppose there are 5-6 beneficiaries, it's not possible that everybody comes around at a one time and then they sell the property. So better to create a settlement agreement with all of the beneficiary, and then one person will lead all the sale proceedings, and after that they can divide the benefits, divide the proceedings as per the as per agreed in the settlement deed. So it's very important to create a settlement deed. Now another thing can happen, somebody maybe out of your sibling or some beneficiary, he is not very interested in participating in all these things, and he simply say, okay fine, you just sell it, you keep it, I don't want it. It can happen. So in that situation, he has to create an agreement where he has to forego his part. So this agreement is called a relinquishment agreement, where they will relinquish their rights. So that's one thing. Third situation, or maybe second situation, can happen when the parents are not around and there is no will. Now this is the most difficult situation, and if you have not planned earlier, you're going to face it, right? So always I say that if anybody has decided that they are going to settle abroad, they should definitely start thinking about this estate planning or the formation of will or whatever, because if they will think when parents are not around, things will be very difficult, because most of the situation you are not aware what is happening in India, how to deal with Indian people. And maybe if you are staying outside India for a say a period of 20 years or 30 years, your everything has completely changed, your thought process has changed, right? So it becomes a challenge to come down in India, stay here for 1 or 2 months, leaving your job or leaving your whatever profession you are running there. So whole life goes off the track. So always I say that plan in advance. But again the thing is this, if it is not planned, then how you can do it? Then once it is your parents are not around, there is no will, you have to collect all the beneficiary, and you have to then you have to appoint a legal counsel who will definitely draft a settlement agreement between all the beneficiary. Then you have to approach court, and according to court judgment, then the property will be handed over to legal heirs, and from there you can take it. So I'm not getting into nitty gritty, okay, because it's a long legal process. But the only thing, the first important part, you try to settle things among the beneficiary, because once it goes to court and then people challenge things, the property matters will take years to settle. So first important part, to settle all the beneficiary and get some kind of agreement, so that once you approach the court, somebody should not be challenging the process itself, right? So this video I just created to give you or to make you a kind of awareness that how you can sell a property you may receive, or you are going to receive as a inheritance, right? Now another part I want to tell you, the taxation part. Some people will say that, okay, if I sell inherited property, what will be taxation on me? So let me tell you that once the property is inherited, the cost will be considered the same cost which is paid by your parents, okay, and you will be eligible for indexation benefit also. Some people say that because I receive as an inheritance, so cost will be zero. If I selling a property say 1.5 crore, all the 1.5 crore will be profit, and I have to pay capital gain on that. It is not right. So whatever cost incurred by your parents and whatever year they have bought, that will be passed to you. You will get the benefit of indexation also, and only the profit part, which we call it capital gain, only you have to pay taxes on capital gain, which is now 20%. Do the reinvestment, like you can reinvest in new property, you can reinvest in bonds, and you can save that capital gain also. But again, if you're going to sell as an NRI, so you have to comply with lower TDS provision also. You cannot say that, okay, I am the NRI, but this property belongs to my father, he was the resident, so we don't have to comply non-resident provisions or lower TDS provisions. That's not right. Now once you acquire the property by way of inheritance, you have to comply all the non-resident provisions. You have to apply for lower TDS, otherwise you will end up paying 23% approximately tax on the total sale value. Again, I'm telling you, total sale value, not on capital gain. So if you want to avoid that, there is a provision which is called lower TDS, and you can apply in that. You can get a lower TDS certificate and you can sell it. That I already explained in my lots of videos in my in this channel. So hope I am very much clear on this part, and hope this video will make some value addition, help you to make a better decisions, help you to decide or plan your things in advance. And if that you feel, please comment and please put a thumbs up in this video, like this video. Thank you. Have a nice day.